And I don't care how many quotes you repost, how many podcasts you consume, how many vision boards you tape to your wall. If your actions don't scream hunger, your dreams are still just hobbies. You don't get to claim greatness and move like someone who's okay being average. Listen, the lion does not apologize for being the loudest force in the jungle, and neither should you. If the world doesn't take you seriously, it's because you've been too soft on yourself. You've been asking for permission, waiting for validation, hoping someone would come along and recognize your potential. But they won't, and they shouldn't have to, because the only one who can crown you is you. Do you want to know what separates the ones who win from the ones who weep? It's not luck, it's not talent, it's not opportunity, it's fire. The relentless, unyielding fire to rise when it would be easier to rest, to speak when silence would be safer, to build even while bleeding. Winners bleed with purpose. They suffer with strategy. They hurt, but they move anyway. They don't run from pressure, they invite it. They don't shrink under the weight. They grow legs strong enough to carry it, because they understand something weak minds will never grasp. The storm isn't here to break you. It's here to build you. It's not the calm that makes a warrior, it's the chaos. The noise, the criticism, the setbacks, the betrayals, those aren't punishments. They are the tools that carve the throne you've been praying for. But most will never sit in that seat, because most won't last in the fire. They'll quit when it gets dark. They'll fold when the pressure rises. They'll run when it gets lonely. But not you. Because if you're still listening, you're not like the rest. There is something dangerous waking up in you, something sharp, something loud, something that refuses to be quiet anymore. You don't want a little success, you want domination. You want to look back at your life and say, I left nothing behind. I became everything I was born to be, but becoming that person requires sacrifice. It requires you to stop negotiating with laziness, to stop flirting with failure, to stop dating your distractions and start marrying your purpose. You want to rise? Then make discomfort your daily diet. Make discipline your best friend. Make silence your strategy and execution your language, because talking isn't enough anymore. Dreaming isn't enough anymore. Wanting isn't enough anymore. The storm is here. And if you won't become it, you'll be consumed by it. So make a decision. Right here, right now. Will you be the one who watches the storm and runs, or will you be the one who becomes the storm and makes the world run from you? Let them talk. Let them doubt you. Let them whisper in corners you don't walk in. Because while they waste their breath, you're building your legacy in silence. Power does not come from noise. It comes from discipline, from long hours when no one's watching, from sacrifices no one claps for, from the quiet, deliberate choices you make when the world is asleep. You want power? Then shut the door on distractions and get obsessed with your purpose. This is not the season for announcements. This is not the time for proving anything to anyone. Because those who talk the most usually do the least. And those who move in silence, they're the ones making the ground shake. You don't need to post every win. You don't need to share every idea. You don't need to explain your vision to people who weren't assigned to understand it. Build like your life depends on it. Because it does. You weren't born to be noise. You were born to be force. There is a war between the version of you that wants comfort and the version of you that wants greatness, and only one can survive. You've got goals? Good. But goals without discipline are just fantasies. Dreams without action are lies you tell yourself to feel better at night. And here's the truth. No one likes to hear no one is coming to save you. No mentor, no friend, no partner, no motivation video. It's on you, your habits, your decisions, your sacrifices. So stop trying to impress people who are just as lost as you used to be. Start showing up for the future version of yourself who's begging you not to give up. Be the type of person who doesn't just chase goals, but finishes them. Who doesn't just want success, but earns it through sweat and self-mastery. People will try to pull you back. That's what they do when your growth reminds them of their laziness. They'll call you selfish. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you're too focused, too serious, too obsessed. Good. That means you're on the right path. Obsession is what turns good into great. Obsession is what fuels champions when the applause fades. Because real success is boring. It's repetition. It's waking up early when no one's clapping. It's pushing through doubt when no one's cheering. It's mastering the basics until you become unshakable. And most won't do it. They'll start strong, then disappear. They'll want the glory, but not the grind, but not you, because you've tasted what it's like to live average and it made you sick. Now you crave more, and not just money, not just praise, but power, peace, purpose, the kind of power that comes from self-control, the kind of peace that comes from walking in your calling, the kind of purpose that lights your soul on fire and makes you immune to distractions. So here's the mission. Speak less, do more, complain less, execute more, prove less, deliver more, expect less from others, demand more from yourself. Don't just talk about your dream life, build it. Brick by brick, decision by decision, discipline by discipline. Because one day the world will ask how you did it. And your answer will be simple. I didn't speak, I didn't explain, I acted. Everybody wants power until they see the price tag. They want the throne, but not the trials. They want the crown, but not the crucifixion. They want to shine, but they don't want the burn that comes from standing too close to the fire. But you're starting to understand something most people never will. Power isn't something you're given. It's something you bleed for. You want to be respected? Outwork everyone. You want to be remembered? Outlast everyone. You want to be unstoppable? Outdiscipline your former self every day. That's the price. Not likes, not praise, not fame, just sacrifice. Real, raw, ruthless. It means missing the party. It means being misunderstood. It means being doubted. It means pouring your energy into something that might not pay off for years, but still showing up, still grinding, still believing. That's what separates the wolves from the wounded. You think champions get handed anything? They were forged in failure, in rejection, in nights filled with silence and pain and hard decisions. Power is lonely, but so is regret. You choose which one you'll sit with, because one day the results will speak louder than your words ever could. And those who once laughed will fall silent. Let them. You're not here to convince anyone of your worth. You're here to become undeniable, and that takes work. The invisible kind, the kind done behind closed doors, the kind no one claps for, the kind that breaks you only to rebuild you stronger than steel. You see, greatness isn't built in comfort, it's built in chaos, in pressure, in the dark rooms where you fight with yourself and decide, I will not fold, I will not break, I will rise. Every battle you're fighting right now is preparing you for something bigger than what you can see. So stop resisting the pain, start respecting it. The pain is not your enemy, it's your invitation to rise, to evolve, to stop playing small and step into the full force of who you really are. You don't grow by being admired, you grow by being tested. So let the tests come, let the struggles stretch you, let the loneliness sharpen you, because when it's all said and done, you won't thank the conflict, the nights you almost gave up, the mornings you had nothing left but still showed, the chapters no one saw, but you wrote them anyway. That's where the real power is born. And when you walk into your destiny, you won't have to say a word, because power doesn't speak, it just moves. So the next time it gets hard, the next time doubt starts to whisper in your ear, the next time the pain starts asking, is it worth it? You look that moment dead in the face and you say, this is the price of becoming who I was born to be, and I will pay it in full. There comes a moment in every warrior's life where the fight isn't outside them anymore. It's not about enemies, not about critics, not about obstacles. The battlefield becomes internal. That's where the war is now, in your mind. And if you don't win there, you'll lose everywhere else. Silence isn't just the absence of noise. It's the presence of control. It's you gripping the steering wheel of your life and refusing to let chaos pull you off course. You've seen what happens when you live this. You've felt the drain of trying to prove yourself to people who don't even understand their own lives. And now you know peace is more powerful than attention. Solitude is more sacred than applause. Because when your mind is calm, your vision gets dangerous, sharp, focused, unstoppable. The people who can sit in silence and still stay locked on purpose, they're not just rare, they're lethal. You want to be feared in the arena? Control your reactions. Build a mind so disciplined that no insult can shake it and no praise can seduce it. Silence is your sword. Stillness is your shield. And your ability to listen when others talk, observe when others perform, and move with intent when others hesitate, that's what makes you lethal. This world is noisy, but lions don't roar at flies. You're here to conquer mountains, not chase validation. Let others waste their lives chasing the spotlight. You're too busy becoming the sun. Because while they post, you plan. While they talk, you train. While they pretend, you become. You're done broadcasting your dreams to people who only bring doubt. You're done watering dead soil. You're done being available for every distraction that shows up dressed as an opportunity. This is your season of silence. This is the hour when the roots go deeper. The work gets harder. The path gets narrower. And that's exactly where you want to be. Because real power doesn't need attention. It needs alignment. So guard your mind like your life depends on it, because it does. Feed your focus, starve your ego, and stop giving people access to a version of you that's still under construction. You don't owe the world a performance. You owe yourself a transformation. Keep moving in silence. Keep building in private. And when the time is right, don't speak. Unleash. Let this be the final truth. You don't need to announce your greatness. You don't need to defend your dreams. You don't need to explain your journey to people who were never assigned to walk it with you. Because real winners move in silence. They don't scream. They don't beg. They don't justify. They grind. They focus. They deliver. You want to win big? Then talk small. Let your results echo in rooms your voice never entered. Let your discipline speak in a language louder than pride. Let your life become the proof while others are still explaining their intentions. Every second you spend convincing the world is a second stolen from building your empire. And empires are not built on explanations. They are built on execution. They are built on unwavering commitment when no one's watching. They are built on delayed gratification, patience, vision, and inner fire. Understand this. The loudest one in the room is usually the weakest, because true power doesn't perform. It creates. It transforms. You think storms announce themselves before they strike? No, they roll in quietly and then they change everything, so become the storm. Be the one who smiles while working. Be the one who listens more than they speak. Be the one who doesn't clap back at criticism because they know, in time, truth rises and noise fades. You don't owe the world your emotions. You owe it your evolution. Let the doubters talk. Let the fake ones flex. Let the noise build. You build legacy. Because in the end, those who talk will fade, but those who do will be remembered. So keep pushing, keep grinding, keep speaking only when the message is born from mastery, not from the need for validation. Because your silence is not weak. It is leverage. It is control. It is the quiet furnace that forges greatness while others burn out chasing applause. Now stand up, step out of the shadows you once hid in, and walk into the world with a mind calm like a still ocean and a will fierce like fire. Not to prove a point, but to fulfill a purpose. Let your hands do the talking. Let your discipline write your legacy. Let your actions make the noise. And when they ask how you did it, don't explain. Just smile, because silence is not just power, it's the language of those who've already won.